So Jordyn,
Yes.
you had the experience of your lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It went by really quick.
10 days.
Yeah.
So taking it from the top.
Okay.
Your first time in the airport to go get on the airplane. How were you feeling?
When we first got there, I was like chill. I wasn't that nervous, but then we started like going through the metal detector and stuff like that and putting our bags and I was like getting nervous, but I was like, okay, it's kind of chill. And then
You had to take your shoes off, or
not
they
for
let you
me.
leave them on?
They let me leave it on, but
Some
the teachers
people-
did say like you might have to take your shoes off. I was like, oh, okay. But I did have to take off my jacket. So that was like okay. And then we like waited a little bit for us to like actually go on the plane. So I like went walking and like it was big because I wasn't when we first pulled up because I've seen the front multiple times, but going inside and like all the way through, it's more bigger than I thought it would be. So I was like,
Cleveland, Cleveland Airport is probably the smallest airport I've ever been to.
yeah, you know when you were telling me about the like slide-in things where you had to I saw those ones.
That was in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was in Rome airport too.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So then we like boarded and then I was getting nervous and I was like, oh gosh. And then but I sat next to this really sweet senior and she was like, oh, you'll be fine, it's okay. And she actually recorded my reaction like going up. When we first like went up, I was like,
send it to you? Is she gonna send it to you?
she's gonna we have to send in all our stuff on Monday or Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when we were going up, I was, like, gripping the seat. I was like, oh, wow. Because it was, like, really shaky. And she said it would be shaky because it was a smaller plane.
The first plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. But it had a lot of, like, turbulence.
Did
and
it
I was
have
like,
3 seats and then the middle and then
no,
3 seats?
that was on the second.
So what was it?
It was, when you first go in, it was just 1 seat on one side and then 2 on the other side. And then when you went further in, it was 2.
Two on each side?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was a small plane.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, okay, it's not that bad. And thank goodness I got a window seat, so I got to, like, actually, like, see out, and it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got...
It don't take long to get up in the air, do it?
No, it went by it was, like, really fast, and I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was really pretty. I liked it. Then we finally...
Did you see clouds?
Yeah, we were in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got out, and then we were in. It was like back and forth. Mm-hmm. And then we landed in New Jersey. And I was like, it went quick. I was like reading my book. I was like, wow, this isn't that bad.
Because that was probably, like an hour and a half, probably?
Not even. And then we like landed, and I was like, woohoo, I did my first plane ride, woohoo, woohoo. And I was like really excited.
Did your ears pop?
Yeah, they did. When we first went off. But it wasn't that bad. And then we landed, and I was so happy that I, like, did my first plane ride. And then this airport was really big. Like, we were walking around, and there was, like, a lot of food places. So the teachers said, we're going to go eat, and then we'll meet back, and then we're going to go off again. And I was like, okay, so...
How long were y'all at that airport?
Like 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to eat, and then we played, like, card games, and we waited for a little bit, and then we were going off. Because I don't know why, but I was expecting the same plane. But then I, like, asked a friend, I was like, hey, like, is this plane bigger? Like, is it the same? Because I was, like, asking, like, does it have TV? And she was like, yeah. So, like, I then go in. I'm like, wow, it was really big. I saw the first class seats, and then I went back, and then I think they were business class. And then I saw our seats, and I was like, wait, this is really cool. I was in the middle. I had the aisle. It was pretty good. And then I just watched movies, and then I fell asleep. It was kind of hard to go to sleep. I fell asleep for, like, 3 hours and then woke up again. And then I think the ride there was like 7 hours and 58 minutes or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my gosh. It didn't...
Over water almost the whole time.
Yeah.
Ocean.
Yeah. It was really... Wow.
Could you see the water?
No.
Clouds?
Yeah. Also, I wasn't at the window seat. I tried to look, but all I saw was clouds. So.
Was it dark?
Yeah, we were flying overnight.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then we finally land in Rome, and I was like, oh my gosh. It took me a minute to adjust that I was actually in a different country. But then when we went to Pulicaro, which is like countryside farm, it was so like surreal.
So that's where y'all went first.
Yeah, for the first like week until Friday, that's where we were.
Was that what you expected?
The farm?
Yeah.
Kind of like 50-50, because like on Pinterest I like searched up countryside Italy, and it kind of gave that same vibe but more animals. But that's something I was expecting. The rooms, when we went to our rooms, I wasn't expecting it to look like that.
How did it look?
Each room was different. My room was like, you go in, you had a sink, refrigerator, not a microwave, but like a stove top, like where you could cook things. And then you had like this pull out sofa, and you had like right next to it a dining room table. And you keep going in. That was the first room. You go in, and then there's 2 beds, a little dresser next to the bed, and then the bathroom. And then there was also, because it was my...
Was the walls painted like colors like ours and everything?
No.
What color was it?
I think it was like white or beige. And
Ceiling
then...
fan?
Yeah. No.
Recessed lights?
No, it didn't have those. It didn't have something like this. It just had like a little light. It was like that, but like up, like a light bulb. And then we also had our like roommate, I guess, right next to us, because it was a door that leads into their dorm and then my dorm. Like, it was nice.
What about the windows?
The windows? We had a window, like, you can go like that or that. That's how our windows were.
Did you have to plug anything into outlet?
No. Besides my camera to charge it, no. So yeah, the first day was kind of like chill. It was so beautiful. It was so warm. So we like did some activities to get to know each other. We got
what's your favorite color?
No, it was.
What's your favorite shape?
No.
What's your favorite animal?
No. We did like this Pen X thing. It was how are you feeling physically, emotionally? What are your needs? And then the X factor was like a random stuff like how do you feel by finally being in Italy or something like that. It was different every day. So that was the first day. The second day is when the first day we got to explore more of the farm. We walked a lot. I saw dogs. There are so many cute dogs. Oh my gosh, I miss them. I saw some goats. That was the first day. The second day, we picked some herbs. I think that was the second day. I can't remember if it was the second or third day.
You did what?
Picked herbs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You never did that before, huh?
No, I did. But, like, it was cool to do it. Because how they had it, it wasn't like our like garden where it's like this place where it is. It was like you walk somewhere and you can find it there. Like it wasn't in its own like section. So we did that. I milked a goat for the first time.
And then drank the milk.
Actually we made gelato. And then we like...
I never ate gelato.
It's kind of like ice cream, but the consistency is different. We had a lot of gelato there. At the farm, there was a lot of homemade stuff, like the bread, the eggs, the meat.
How do you make homemade eggs?
Not like... I mean, they were homemade because you didn't get it from the store. It just came from the farm. We picked eggs also.
Right from the chicken.
Yeah. We had a lot of eggs. I actually have
Joy wouldn't eat those eggs.
It tastes the same to me. A little more fresher.
Guess why they taste the same? Because they the same.
Okay, but it was cooler to do it on the farm.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Joy looking like it's crazy is the same thing.
I never said it was crazy.
You was looking like it is.
No, it wasn't.
We made, I don't know if you saw the Instagram, but we made homemade pasta.
Mm-hmm.
And then we made homemade
It
biscuits.
looked like y'all was making homemade pasta every day.
Yeah, we had like pasta almost every day during the farm.
They eat a lot of pasta and bread over there.
Yeah, we literally had bread for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day for the past week. I had homemade apple juice. It was really good. I loved it. So the farm was really nice. I saw cows. I saw baby dogs.
What colors was the cows?
Some of them were brown. Most of them were brown. Yeah. I don't think I saw any white ones.
How would you describe their size?
They're kind of big. They have like little horns. They had a little tail. They kind of look like a regular cow. The color just was different.
Mm-hmm. Could you see their ribs?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we got there, it was like two sections. One section was just like dirt and mud is where they were. And then the other section was like grass and like greens and stuff like that. So, he like, because this is our first time finally getting out because of the weather. It's been really rainy, they said it was. But when we came, it started being sunny, of course. So like
Of course.
Yeah. And then as soon as we left, it started raining. I think this is a sign. But then he like opened the pen thing, and then they were so happy to have grass. They were like jumping and hopping. It was so adorable.
Who?
The cows.
Oh.
What else?
What other animals? Did they have any other animals?
Rooster.
Roosters.
Sheep.
Sheep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Chickens.
Chickens. They had a lot of chickens.
A lot of chickens. Rabbits.
Rabbits?
Yeah, rabbits.
No, they didn't have rabbits.
No rabbits.
Or not that I know of.
Squirrels. Did you see squirrels?
No.
They only have squirrels over there.
No.
Birds.
I saw a donkey.
Donkey.
A horse. We also got to see the castle. That was really cool.
Y'all went in it?
Yeah, we went in it. It was like a guide that was showing us everything.
What was the lights in there? What was the lighting? Like?
It was kind of like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah.
I mean, they had light bulbs in the ceiling?
No, but the light was this like bright. I can't remember how they had it, but it was light.
What were the walls?
I think it depends what room, but some of them were like plain, and then some of them had color.
They had windows?
Yeah, they had a lot of windows. The guide said that sometimes this is used as a wedding venue, like it was a hall, which I thought was cool.
That your auntie Keisha got married at a space like that here.
Yeah.
You remember that?
No. But and then Friday we left the farm and we were gonna head to Florence. But before we went to Florence, we stopped at Siena, which is like this small town, right, like an hour away from Florence. I love Siena. It was so beautiful.
So yeah. How did y'all get there? Was it a car or a van?
It was a big bus.
Bus?
Fancy big buses.
A fancy bus.
Yeah,
with
like
music,
those party buses.
with music and lights and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was this area, do not remember what it's called, but it was a circle, and then it had like this big like monument, and my teacher said that it was used as like a horse riding competition for each like town or like thing there. I can't remember, but there was like a group of people in this circle, and then there's horses around it, and then they just like beat each other so they can have bragging rights or something.
How
like
long
that.
ago?
What do you mean?
Was that used? That
It still is being used.
When did it start being used?
I'm not sure. But yeah, Siena was nice. We did a scavenger hunt where we like talked to people. I thought that was cool. But we didn't stay long. We stayed for like maybe 4 hours. But I really like Siena. It was really pretty.
Was the weather the same?
Yeah, a little windy, but it was the same. Okay, then we went to Florence. I love Florence too. Those are probably my favorite. We stopped at our like hotel. We put our bags down, and then we went for dinner. That dinner was really good. We had meatballs, like these like not pizzas, but it's like it looked like it was dough, but then it had like tomatoes on it with like seasoning and stuff
That's
like that.
pizza.
No, it wasn't that because it didn't have like it wasn't sauce. It was like actual like cut up tomatoes. And then that was for Friday. Saturday we visited. I think we visited a basilica. I can't really remember, but yeah, we walked around town a lot. We did a lot of stuff on our own. Like we walked around, we made, because usually they pick out lunch for us, but this time we got to pick our own lunches with like a group of people. And that's when I got pizza. The pizza was really good. I really, really liked it.
What was on it?
I just had cheese pizza. But how theirs is, it's not like all cheese. Or the pizza place I went to, it was like a little thing of cheese and mostly sauce.
What kind of sauce?
Tomato sauce. So that was good. Then Sunday
Was basil on it?
No, I didn't. No. Then it was another day in Florence because we only spent 2 days there, sadly, or kind of 3. But we walked around again. We did a lot of walking. We saw a lot of churches.
What was the level? Was it like hills or
no? It was only.
Was it all flat?
In Florence, it was, but in Siena, it was really hilly. But yeah, we did that. That lunch was so good because I didn't like what they have for some odd reason. They like breakfast is like a little like sweet thing, and then like a coffee or something like that, and then lunch is like bigger, and then dinner is like a little like sandwich or something. So for lunch we had
Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure because they usually have dinner later, like at 8 or something, and then lunch at 1. Maybe to like hold off until then, but I'm not actually sure. But we had
you know why we eat big breakfasts here?
Not really.
Because we got brainwashed
Oh.
into thinking that breakfast was the most important meal of the day, and you got to eat a big breakfast to get your day started. But really, you should not. And then you know what else we got brainwashed? Into thinking that you got to eat a big dinner with all this stuff and then go to bed. Why you need to eat all this stuff and then go to bed an hour later? You don't need the energy to sleep.
Yeah.
We got brainwashed, Jordyn.
Anyways, the lunch was really good. We had steak, 2 things of pasta, the same like bread with tomatoes.
What kind of steak? With a bone in it or no?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, it was really.
It's not better than my steaks.
I'm not saying it was, but it had like a bone in the middle and then slices of steak around it. I think there's like someone took a photo of me like with it like I was like that.
I saw it.
Oh, it was posted on Instagram? Okay, yeah, that was. Oh yeah, you saw the steak then. You know what it looks like. Yeah, we had steak. We had like the pasta was so good. We had spaghetti pasta, and then we had like this tiny noodle pasta with like meat. Then we had bread, of course, and I think that was it for that. And then we did a scavenger hunt and walked around a little.
So what was the buildings like?
The buildings, like which buildings? Like all the buildings?
What did the buildings look like? Buildings here?
Oh no, they were like packed together.
Close.
Yeah.
How like super close?
Yeah, like
closer than Caitlin is to us.
Yes, like this, like sandwich. They were more. They didn't look like our house or like a building. Like if you went to, what's the store I saw that's in here? Okay, like H&M, like here, and it's like kind of like a house or something, or what does it look like? Like a little box or something, whatever.
Like
it looks
stucco.
like. Yeah, like H&M there, like it looked more like an older building, like with like.
Is it an old building?
No.
No.
Yeah, because it had
look old.
Yeah, it had even Brandy Melville, which is like a newer like store, and it like just looked like that.
So the materials they use are probably the same materials that they've been using for hundreds.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
years.
yeah. Like my teacher also said this, like back then when they had this building and they had no use for it anymore, they would just take their material away from that building and use it for something else.
Yeah,
And then it'd be like years of like history stacked on a building
yeah.
with like different materials.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But I think it's really cool. Because
Huh.
we saw the Coliseum, and right next to the Coliseum, I don't really know what it's called, but it was like this, like, I
What-
think it was like council meeting place where it used to be, but they took like all the material away to make something else. So there's just little blocks of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool.
So what did you think of the Coliseum?
It was really, well, the history about it was like, it was pretty bad, I guess.
What? Why bad?
Because like the leader who like it was the father, and he was like, oh god, this is just gonna be for me. But then the son, he was like, I need to give back to the people. And for some reason he had this bright idea, like, oh, to give back to the people, I'll make these like slaves and homeless people fight another like animals or people to the death for like people's entertainment. So I don't think that's like, I don't understand how that's kind of giving back to the people. It's like selective people that you're giving back to, and like
What you
not-
mean selective people?
Because like I said, like he let like the poorer people fight, but like not the richer, but because he also like made them some go in for free. But if you want to give back to your whole all the people that live in your like country, then you have to give back to all of it, not just some of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because the people that had to fight, those were still his people, and he wanted to give entertainment to the others by making this one like fight
So
it.
how different is that than modern day football or boxing?
Well, no one's like, I mean, because no one's dying.
Oh, they're dying.
Someone can get hurt, but no one's like dying.
They do die.
And no one's forcing them to do these games. They go into it themselves. The people that had to fight in the Coliseum, they were forced. They didn't have a choice. People who do sports, they have a choice.
And they make money.
Yeah, and they make money.
A very high percentage of the people who play in the NFL and box come from families and communities where if they did not play that sport, they would not be where they want to be in life. They didn't have much of a choice. It may seem like they have a choice, but if they're to be successful, they didn't have much of a choice.
But they're getting something out of it.
What they're getting out of it.
Money. To make a living.
A very high percentage of people who play in the NFL, who actually make it to the NFL, and the people who play sports in little league and high school and college, the number of people that actually make it to the NFL is like less than 1%. And then out of all the people who make it into the NFL, the ones who actually have money 10, 20 years down the road is like 1%. They don't even have health care after they're done playing. They have to, if you could imagine, they have a lot of head injuries. They have a lot of physical bone injuries and ligament injuries and muscle injuries. And they have to go to the doctors often to take care of these things. And they have to pay for those doctors' surgeries. Some of them, if you look up some of them, they say, you know, I've had 50 surgeries after I stopped playing. I had 30 while I was playing. I've had 50 more to correct things after I stopped playing. And then you know what's the other very, very sad part about it? You very rarely will see a boxer or an NFL player that lives to be 80 or 90 years old. They die very young. 40s, 50s, a lot of them. And so they're not dying in high numbers because there has been some that has died in practice and stuff like that, or in the game or in competition, but not a high percentage compared to in the Coliseum days. Their life expectancy is not what it would be if they did not play that sport. You get what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali probably should still be alive right now. He might be in his 80s or 90s, but like it's a lot of people who die very young as a result of, and I use Muhammad Ali as an example because Muhammad Ali was very, very sharp. He was very, very smart man. But by the time he died, his last probably 20 years of his life, y'all heard of Parkinson's disease?
I think so.
So he had Parkinson's disease. It's when, like, if an old person, you see them, they can't hold their hand steady, they shake, and his had got so bad that he couldn't even talk no more. And that was one of the things that he did better than anybody, was talk. But because he got punched in the head so much, it removed his motor skills and his ability to talk. So while it ain't kill him in the ring, I don't know. It's a lot of comparisons. I also think about this. I'll share with y'all this and then we can move on. Is the number of black boys who's, think about y'all brother, and the number of times y'all probably heard me saying to him and talking about how he's getting straight F's, but they let him play in that football game every week. And think about the number of black boys whose only focus is this sport. They go out there and they play, they get hurt, they out there running, they ignore everything else. They ignore learning math, they ignore learning science, they ignore reading, they ignore all the other stuff that's important that's going to develop their skill set to become a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or a teacher or whatever. They ignore all of that to focus on this football. And then when they don't make it to the next level, because 99% of them don't make it to the next level, guess what they do with their life? Exactly what your brother doing. Nothing. It kills the dreams. It kills everything that you could possibly become. Because when the kids are 4 and 5 and 6, their parents are not putting a book in their kid's hand. What they putting in their kid's hand? A football. They're not giving them a pencil and teaching them math at 5 or 6. They're giving them a basketball. Right? And they're teaching them sports. Every day after school, they're not sitting with their kid and doing homework and doing knowledge for 2 or 3 hours after school. They're taking them to a field and practicing football for 2 or 3 hours after school. So while their brain should be developing and growing, it's not. It's regressing. At the exact time that it should be growing and they should be exploring and having all these crazy ideas and creative thoughts going on in their brain and just dreaming big, the only thing they're doing is throwing the football around. Getting head injuries at a very young age. Brain injuries, I should say. And so these are the things that, while they're not dead, but what they could have become is dead. It's gone. Similar to y'all. Just think, if the only thing that y'all have done every day you come home from school, you just turn on the TV and listen to the music videos and watch the videos and learn all the dance moves, but you don't read, you don't do no math, you don't do no science, what would you become? So that's why I compare it to those times, right? Because they move the target, so it's not the exact same. So you could say now, like y'all said, oh, well, it's different now, right? But if you think about it critically, there's even more people who's not fully developing, who's not following their dreams, who's not becoming everything they could be because of this sport. In the Roman gladiator days, it might be, maybe 100 people a week that went into that Coliseum and dreams died on that dirt. In this country, we got 1 million kids a year trying to play in the NFL and don't make it. And dreams die on that grass. So really, in the long view, it's even more that's not becoming what they could become. Who's leaving it on the field. Well, these are things that you got to think about. And you got to think critically about it too, right? Because y'all saw Gladiator, the movie. Have you ever saw that movie?
Yeah.
No.
You never saw that movie? When he said, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?"
He was like a big bulky guy.
Yeah, I know. I heard that, but I've never watched it.
Okay. Well, maybe we should watch it. Because in that movie, they depicted, I think there was some of the gladiators that were black. But in reality, from what I understand, almost all of the gladiators were black. Of course, in the movie, it was not depicted that way. And I don't know if they said anything about that. But from what I understand, the people who fought in the Colosseum in Rome were black enslaved people for the most part. Not all, but most.
Yeah, my teacher mentioned that. But the building was cool.
So did you like it? Did y'all go inside or y'all was outside?
We were outside because then it started raining.
Yeah.
But it didn't rain that long. It was like a little bit. But we went back the next day.
Was there a lot of people
Not
looking
really.
at it? No.
And I think it's the time we went. It was like 6 or 7 when we went there.
PM?
Yeah.
So it was close to getting dark.
Yeah. It was like sunset by the time we were there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there were people, but just not as many. Not as crowded. Thanks goodness. And then it started raining. So then we took the metro to get
A bus or a train?
a train.
Mm-hmm.
But I did take a train to get to Florence to Rome.
A different type of train?
A different type of train.
Mm-hmm. What type?
I'm not really sure. Well, okay, the metro.
Do it got electric wires on the top of it?
No.
You don't know. How did it sound? Was it loud?
It didn't sound like anything.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like a little bus.
Mm-hmm.
But it was because the metro that we went in was like underground,
Mm-hmm.
and then the train was like above.
Yeah.
If that makes sense or helps any.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
okay. Yeah, so then we went to get food. That day, I got American food. I got a chicken sandwich and some fries. It was really good. I liked
What?
it. Yeah. I did.
Dude, why would you go 3,000 miles away
Wait.
to Italy, another country, to eat American food?
Because I was missing it. Okay, all week, that was like on a, it must have been on a Tuesday.
I just don't understand.
A Tuesday, and I was like eating like pasta every single day.
Yeah,
and pizza
you in
every
Rome.
day. Yes.
You ever
but
heard the phrase "when in Rome"?
I've heard the phrase "all roads lead
Do
to Rome."
when in Rome, do like the Romans.
Okay, I did. God forbid I've missed a chicken sandwich here and there. If they can feed me steak, I think I'm fine with a chicken sandwich.
When I was in San Diego with my people in San Diego, I ate Mexican food every day
That's nice.
because we were.
That was one time, one day.
No, it was a whole week.
No, me. I only ate a chicken sandwich one day. Cause they let us eat whatever we wanted that day. So I was like, okay, I'll eat chicken sandwich. It was either that or a pizza.
Where'd you get it from? McDonald's?
No, I don't know where this thing was. It was like a barbecue like place. They did have McDonald's, but I didn't get anything. Then oh my gosh, we went on this street art walk, I guess, because I wouldn't have expected this in Rome, but as soon as I like went in Rome, there were so many graffitis on like the buildings and like street art. I wasn't expecting that many.
Was it? Could you tell if it was old or new?
Like some of it was faded, and then some of them seemed new, so a mix of both.
And so it's. I also mean as far as like the content. Was it like contemporary stuff, or was it Like, in other words, if it was a car, was it a newer looking car or like an old type of car? You get what I'm saying?
Are you talking about the cars or?
No. I'm saying the graffiti or the writing on the wall or the murals.
It just
was it of older stuff, newer stuff?
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, it was just newer stuff. Yeah. But when we were on the walk, there was like, he said, the guy that was showing us all the things, there was like a building. It was like a long building, and it had like a face of like a lot of different people. It had Iron Man. He said like this
Iron Man.
Yeah, wait, let me explain. He said that this Italian man like painted or like graffitied the building to show like all these people that shaped his life. And Iron Man was there, and Malcolm X was there, and Biggie was there. And then there was like other people there, I can't remember.
T'Challa
wasn't there. But and then it said like who everyone was. And I did take a picture of it. So
Nelson Mandela?
I don't know. Because some of the faces I recognize, but some of them I just couldn't put the name to a face.
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan wasn't there.
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z wasn't there. I can't.
Was I there?
No. But I did leave your books, and I left one book at the farm and then the other at Florence.
How wonderful.
Yeah. So hopefully someone finds it.
My book is made it across the world.
Yes. Yeah. And then we got gelato, and then we got pizza again for dinner. Gelato was really good. My combo is stracciatella and dark chocolate.
Combo for what?
My gelato.
Never had it.
Stracciatella is like vanilla with chocolate, like, dip.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
You know how to make it?
Well, yeah, but they had this machine that they used to make it. So I don't know how to do it, like, by hand. I know what ingredients.
All you gotta do is put the ice, the salt, and the milk.
Yeah, but that's just ice cream.
That's not how you made gelato? Oh, well.
No. Because they had, like, other ingredients that I don't think we have here. Yeah. Okay, what else did we do? Oh, we saw this, like, he talked about this building that used to be, like, a slaughterhouse for, like, animals, and how, like, the animals used to be transferred to one building to another. But now it's, like, a studio for, like, art and stuff, which I found interesting.
Purposed.
And then our last day, it was really chill with our last day. Wait. In Rome, we saw the Trevi Fountain.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
What is it?
Okay, it's literally a fountain with these sculpture of people on it, and it's like a really big fountain. Mm-hmm. And then it says if you have a coin, you flick it to the left shoulder, over your left shoulder, and it's like a promise that you will return back to Rome.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I'm going back.
Didn't one of your teachers talk about that, I think?
Yeah.
One of those
on
days?
The first meeting.
Yeah. Did you see any artwork?
Yeah.
Outside of the graffiti?
In Florence, we went to an art museum, and it had a lot of different stuff, mostly stuff from the Renaissance. One painting was, like, really famous with, I think, Leonardo da Vinci. I think that was his work, where it was, what is her name? Venus being born from the shell. Do you know the picture? I mean, painting with her hair, and then she's like, no. Yeah. It was a lot of people there surrounded with that photo. We went to a lot of churches. It was really pretty.
What type of churches? Catholic?
Yeah, because I think they're all Catholic there. I think. Yeah.
Did the places you went in, did they have tile?
On the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the tile?
They weren't like that. They were smaller. They kind of looked like a mosaic of stuff. And some had depictions of Mary with Jesus in some of them, or just Jesus by himself. And yeah.
Did they talk to you all any about Sicily?
Sicily? No. Sicily's, I've seen pictures of Sicily. That's really pretty. Yeah, but no.
What kind of cars was it?
Okay, so in during in the farm and Sienna and Florence, they had like these. I don't even know what type of car this was, but it was a tiny car and it had different colors. It was like a one-person car and like probably like a one back seat. It's like that, and then they had like newer cars. But so on the farm there was a husband, a wife, and then their 3 kids and like their workers there. Their oldest kid, she was like around, I think she was like 15 or 14, and we like asked her. I don't even know how this conversation came up. We were like, do you have your driver's license or something like that? Or like, no, we asked, when are you allowed to drive? Because we were asking if it was like different ages. She was like, I could drive right now. And I'm like, I think she was definitely 14. And we were like, really? You're only 14? She was like, yeah, it was, and it's these cars, like the tiny cars with the one like driver's seat. And she was like, yeah, I could drive in this if I like wanted to. Because she could get her driver's license now and drive in. I was like, wow, that's so interesting. But then to get a real car, she would have to wait until she was 16 to actually like, start driving like a car like hers. So I thought that was interesting. So yeah, the cars were like, some were like smaller.
Did they go to school?
Yeah.
But were they out on spring break or were they going to school?
No, they did not. While we were, because there's different. It's kind of like the Spain like system of school. Like you go from 9 to like 12 or something, or 8 to 12. So we didn't see her in the morning, but we would see her like at 1 or 2. And she would like help out or something. She does horseback.
So they only need to go to school for a few hours. Yeah,
and sometimes.
So why do we go for so long?
That's what annoys me. I don't know.
Why you think? See, this where that critical thinking come into play.
Sigh.
Why you think?
Well, I mean, it's a different country, so that could be it.
I mean, well, of course that's it, but why is it different here?
I mean, maybe it's how they just prefer to have it, like how it's set up. Because I think she also said like they also get summer break off.
You know what the purpose of school was? So you heard of the Industrial Revolution? So even prior to that, people did go to school, but the structure of school was very, very different. School and a lot of stuff. With the industrial, you know what the Industrial Revolution was?
Something.
It's basically when this country became industrialized. So when the factory started and things were started to become mass produced. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, things was pretty much for the most part handmade. For like one person would make a pair of shoes, maybe 2 pairs of shoes a day, and that was what was in a shoe store. Well, with the Industrial Revolution, things became, like you heard of the assembly line?
No.
You never heard of the assembly line? So when they talk about Henry Ford, they'll talk about how Henry Ford created the assembly line and allowed his company, Ford Motor Cars, to make hundreds of cars a day. And that's what a lot of other companies started to base their businesses off of, to mass produce products. So the Industrial Revolution also, if you're going to create these factories that's going to mass produce things, what do you need? People. So how are you going to develop people to be able to come and work in these factories?
By giving them supplies to do it?
You got to send them to school. Because prior to that, people were not used to going to school from, 7 in the morning until 5 in the evening. But now all of a sudden you want to take this 25-year-old that's used to going to school for 3 hours and then doing whatever else. Now you expect this person to go to work for 9 hours. Well, guess what? That ain't really going to work out too good. You get what I'm saying? So you start to train them with school. You say, okay, 4 years old, you're going to start to go to school. We're going to teach you the basics, right? We're going to teach you how to talk, how to spell a little bit, how to do just enough math. And then by the time you probably was in 6th grade, you could come and work in this factory. Right? So that's what school was for. Was to train people up to start to work in the factory. How many factories you saw over there in Rome? How many old factories?
I didn't really see any factories.
Yeah, we got them here. You see, so that was in a lot of ways the big difference. And so it's similar to like why we eat breakfast, like why we have this big, you got to eat this big breakfast every morning, because a person who owned a food company said, golly, I'm growing all this wheat and I could make all this cereal, but people don't eat cereal. People don't eat breakfast. So you know what he did? He got doctors and he made this campaign, and he got doctors to start telling everybody the most important meal of the day is breakfast. You got to eat your breakfast. And now everybody believe that they got to eat breakfast. But like you said over there, they didn't get brainwashed.
Yeah. Like they literally only have like coffee and like maybe like a muffin, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Or maybe even an egg, and then they call it a day.
Yep.
Very small.
So that in a lot of ways that's a difference. But, it's the system that we have.
But it helped change my mindset on a lot of things.
Like what?
Like, especially with food. I liked how we were on the farm first, and then we went to the city. Because the guy that owned the farm, he talked a lot about what we put in our bodies and how, because, came from America, we have a lot of, like, fast food restaurants. Whereas in the countryside, you just make your own food, and like, what is going to be in your food and, like, where it's coming from. And he talked a lot about, like, our bio system or something with our stomach or something like that. And it just helped me, like, realize, like, what I'm actually putting in my body. Because, like, when we were at the farm, we started our morning, like, getting the eggs, getting the milk, and getting the herbs to make all our stuff for, like, dinner. So, like, that just shows me, like, how much, like, we rush to, like, eat dinner or, like, eat our meals and, like, don't take our time, and how much intention is set when making or doing something, because they started at the beginning of the day, and then we ended up, like, with a meal with everything that we gathered. So, like, I never, like, thought, because, like, I know what it is, because I like got all the ingredients to make the dish. So I'm, like, never like, what is in here, because I know what it is, because I like I saw her make it. I helped her make it, and then I gathered the stuff for her or us to make it. So,
because if you look at a loaf of bread that we get from the store and look at the ingredients on it, right, Joy? It's a lot of stuff that you don't even know how to pronounce. Like on the periodic chart of elements, it's probably 20 ingredients. But when y'all make the bread here, what is it? Flour, probably, I don't know, a little water, salt.
Okay.
And then, I don't know if you want to put something else on it. Yeast. But you know every ingredient. And it's probably 5 ingredients. And so when you go to the store and buy it, they're putting a lot of stuff in it so that it lasts longer. So that it don't break down naturally. But that stuff that make it last longer is not natural. And so they need it to last longer because it might need to sit on the shelf at the store for 2 weeks. And then it might need to sit in your house for a week before you eat it all. Whereas if you make it here yourself, you might need it to last a week because it's going to be gone by that week. So you don't need those things to make it last longer, which is going to have a negative effect on your body somehow. The other important thing is, and it probably coincide with them getting out of school earlier and them having lunch as the biggest meal of their day, is what was the setting like when they eat?
It was like a long table how they had it set out. It was like a plate, knife, or no, the plates were like stacked up, and then there was another table with like no, our utensils were at the table where we were sitting, and then they had their like napkin and the cup upside down, and then here and then here was like the table of food, and then a stack of plates, and then it had like your vegetable, your meat, and all your stuff.
And who's all there?
Everyone, like
everyone, right?
Their family, and then the workers that work there sometimes.
That's what's most important, right? The family being there, checking in with each other, talking to each other. I read a study recently that talked about how kids' mental health is so much better when they have that type of routine every day, because number one, they know that they can expect and depend on this coming together every day. They know that that's going to happen every day. So if they're having a terrible day, they can still look forward to being with the people that they love and care about the most. Their identity is developed in that space. So where a lot of people, young people, you all's age and a little older, sometimes will talk about, I got to find myself. I got to learn who I am. This is the space where you learn who you are. This is the space that who you are when you're with your family. You talk to your family. This is your safe zone, your safe space, which is why I've constantly harped on with you all. Get out them bedrooms. Come with your people. Don't isolate yourself. Don't separate yourself. You know, whether it's eating together or not, sitting together and having long, thoughtful conversations, check-ins consistently is extremely important. You know what I've noticed? Ever since your brother got that cell phone, I've not seen him not one day. Not one day. This is the danger that we deal with. Because guess what he put on Instagram today? I'm on D&D for the rest of the day. Why you need to be on D&D, bro? Because somebody done hurt the boy feelings. And he don't want to hear from nobody. His feelings probably wouldn't have got hurt if he ain't had that damn phone. If he was up here talking to us, his feelings wouldn't be hurt. But he isolated to himself. He think that girl, you know, that's the center of his universe. Talk to her. I love her. She loved me. And now he doing this. Highs and lows. Super happy and super depressed. Super happy and super depressed. You probably should be in here. Ups and downs is natural, but up here and down here is not. I'm just pointing that out, you know. I'm probably gonna take that phone from him. What you think, Joy? Do you think it's healthy that he's not in this space?
No.
It has not been. Now, of course, I was gone all this week, but he got that phone on Tuesday last week. Oh. Wednesday, I ain't seen him. Thursday, I ain't seen him. Friday, I ain't seen him. Saturday, I ain't seen him. Sunday, I ain't seen him. And guess what? I ain't seen him today.
Oh.
I've been back for a few hours. He ain't been up them stairs since I've been here. So this is the difference, though, right? Because I bet you if you look up young people in that space that you were in and look up mental health issues or look up how much Zoloft is prescribed to teenagers, which is a mental health medication that kids are prescribed. I bet you the amount that's prescribed in that area is very, very low, especially compared to here. Every other kid is on some type of medication because their mental health messed up. You get what I'm saying? What you think of that, Joy?
Well, I think that, you know, like, family time is good for all people. Like, if you have, like, a bad day and then you have family time, it could just, like, turn your whole day around. Like, on, what was it, Thursday? I had a bad day, and then when I noticed and realized that Jordyn wasn't here, then it made my day like kind of worse. But if she was here, then it would have made it better. So that shows like the difference between with family and not family.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you missed me. Oh.
You got somebody you can lean on.
Yeah.
All right, Jordyn, what else?
And then it was the last day, and our last day was kind of chill. We went to another church to see the paintings. And then we like roamed around for like an hour. And then
Roamed. Imagine you're roaming in Rome.
I know, right? And then what was that? And then we like got our lunch because we went to a park for like a picnic, and we sat out there for like at least 4 hours. And then after that we went to see the Vatican. We didn't get to go inside. We only like saw it from the outside. But I thought it was super cool because the Vatican is like so I basically went to 2 countries. Cuz I didn't know it's Vatican City, which is a different country. The smallest country in Rome.
A different country or a different city?
I think they said country.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that was cool because it's like that's where the Pope lives. So I found that so interesting that there's like so many people just roaming out.
Did they tell you all about the chimney?
Oh yeah. Where like where if it smokes like white or something, then they haven't chosen. They're thinking about a new pope, but they haven't chosen the pope yet. But then if it burns red, then they have chosen the pope. But it's like they put something in the chimney to show that they didn't do it. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
that was like a telephone back in the day.
Yeah, I remember when they were choosing the new pope last year. I think a lot of people we watched the video. A lot of people were gathered, and then the smoke came red, and then the pope came out.
Because that's how people from miles away, 300 years ago, you lived 20 miles away, you wouldn't know who, if it was a new pope or who the new pope would be, right?
Yeah.
And so you could look, and if you look real good in the distance, you can see if it's white or what color the smoke is, and then you'll know, oh my goodness, it's a new pope. Because like how much room was it between the farms where you was at?
The farm and the building?
Like the next farm.
Ooh, it was a long.
Yeah. So you couldn't just go to your next door neighbor and say, hey, who's the new pope? Right? You had to be able to see from a long distance. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And there wasn't no telephones. There wasn't no internet. There wasn't no Wi-Fi. Wasn't none of that. It wasn't even corded phones in the house. So that was an important way of communicating. Probably at that point, the most important thing was getting a new pope. It's like the president.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we saw the Vatican, which is really cool. The Pope's office was like lit up, so it was cool because he was like there actually. We could have saw him in the morning, but there was just way too many people, so we had to switch into the afternoon. And then we got dinner and went
this
to
Pope selection was kind of a little bit controversial.
I know he came from Chicago. He was like the first like American Pope, I think.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get into all of that, but it was,
I don't live in Italy.
Well, the Pope is not just for Italy.
Europe.
The Pope is for Catholics, period.
Every
So
Catholic?
the Pope is like the president for Catholicism, period.
Oh,
so the
shit.
Pope
I
is
didn't know
like
that.
the lead person. You know how we got Catholic churches and schools here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Pope is like their leader for all of them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not just in
Ooh.
Europe. It's across the whole world.
Shoot, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Pope.
No wonder Mr. Walensky kept.
The Pope is like one of the biggest positions in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we got presidents and we got the prime ministers in different countries and stuff, but the Pope is a leader across countries. So, like, President Trump is the president for America, United States. What y'all doing? Passing notes?
No, Joy came into my room and took some of my money.
Oh, you got Italian money?
Yeah, I have some euros left over. So I'm just going to keep it
For when you go back.
when I go back.
But yeah, but the Pope is over Catholic churches all across the world. And there's Catholic churches all over the world.
Did not think about that one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's only for Italy. Why do I care? But then I was like, oh, oopsies. But yeah, that was really cool to see. And then we took a picture with all our guides, because we had 3, really quickly, because they were so sweet. I'll miss them. Then we went to a fancy restaurant. We had pasta, meatballs, the same, like, it was like bread and then meat, of course, bread. And then we had bread and then tomatoes on it. And then we got gelato for the last time. And then we walked to our hotel and we went to sleep. But we had to pack, so I packed everything and then I went to sleep. And then we had to wake up at 5 o'clock.
To get ready to roll out.
5 o'clock. It was so crazy to think about because I would when it was 6 or 8 in Italy or Rome, it was like you guys were still sleeping in here. And I think that was so cool.
So Italy is 5 hours ahead of us here. Mm-hmm. So, now it'll be 1 a.m.
Yeah, and when we first went to New Jersey, came to New Jersey, coming back, they were already sleeping. Mm-hmm. I think that's so cool because I was like, I was just there. How is that possible? So yeah, and then we woke up at 5 o'clock, and then we went to the train. We said our goodbyes. We got a little quick breakfast.
How was the airport? Was the airport modern?
Oh yeah, it was. It was really big. Again, it had those walking things where you slide.
What language was stuff on the walls?
English, Italian.
Mm-hmm.
It was
French.
French. It might have been, but I don't know if I could have told the difference.
Spanish.
Spanish was there for sure. Chinese was there.
What about in New Jersey?
Just English.
Yeah. Why is that? So why does Italy have to have multiple languages? And of course, it's an international airport, so I get that. But why New Jersey, an international airport? Why wouldn't New Jersey have?
I think they just think that there's more English spoken in, because America, so they're just assuming English spoken people everywhere.
What language is the most spoken language?
Can you search it up?
What you think, Jordyn?
I think English.
You think English?
But I might be biased because I speak English.
I think probably Spanish.
Spanish could be one.
I think Spanish is the most spoken language in the world. Yes,
it was so cool because when we were doing our scavenger hunt, it was people we talked to Spanish, French, Chinese, Korean, and then there was Indian languages.
She said she know it.
I knew it.
What was it?
It's Mandarin Chinese.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Do it say what second?
I'm gonna know.
Oh no, wait, it's English.
Yeah.
English, and then it's Mandarin Chinese, and then Hindi, Spanish, and French.
Spanish is not fourth.
It is. It's 560 million.
How much for English?
1.45 to 1.5 billion.
I don't think that's accurate. This is why I don't think that's accurate. I bet there's a lot of people who's included in that number who know English as a second language.
Oh yeah, it is. Mandarin Chinese holds the top spot for the most native speakers.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm saying that because I bet you a lot of those English people are not fluent English like we are.
Yeah.
Compared to Chinese, Mandarin, Spanish. I still think Spanish got to be the second or third. I can see Hindu. India is a huge country with a lot of people. I think India got like way over 1 billion people. So I get that one too. But go ahead.
It was so cool. My guide actually lived in India for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, she speaks a couple of Indian languages.
Mm-hmm.
And she like practiced Buddhism, and I thought that was really cool.
So
it's really cool. She speaks a lot of languages.
That's why I also said Spanish. That's another reason, because a lot of other languages have a lot of other very different dialects. Whether it's Hindu or Chinese, that's why is Mandarin is stated like English is just English, but Chinese you gotta signify Mandarin or whatever other Chinese. So it's different. Spanish, you do have like Mexican Spanish, Puerto Rican Spanish, Spain Spanish, but they're all the same language. It's just like kind of different slangs. I
The
guess.
accent.
A different accent for sure, but we have different accents
New York.
everywhere. Yeah, you talk to somebody from New York or
Chicago.
Boston or Louisiana, they sound totally different, but they speak in the same language.
Texas.
But that's why I said Spanish is the. I still think Hindu, because you got like, you even got like a lot of other dialects in that. I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna say it's Hindu, Chinese, Spanish,
Then English?
and then English.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like English gotta be like top 3.
Why?
I think it's just, I'm just biased because I like speak English.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just think about Africa, the continent of Africa. Them people don't speak English.
Well, some of them do.
Some do, but not. They talk their native languages. They talk French. A lot of them. So it's people that talk English, but that's not the dominant language on that continent.
Yeah, no.
Russia, China, all the Asian countries, they don't speak English.
Not fluently.
No, they don't speak English.
Well, yeah, Russians no, but like some Asians do.
Yeah, just like some people over here speak Chinese.
Yeah.
But it's not a big percentage. It's not like 40% of the people in China speaks English. No. Yeah, look it up. Because you don't... Yeah, you got this American bias.
What?
People in Western Europe speak English. And the United States speak English. Well, North America, I should say, speak English. What percentage of Chinese people speak English?
Approximately 72% to 74% of Asians are proficient in English.
No, I didn't say Asians. Because now you adding in India, Taiwan.
Oh, well.
No, because you cheating.
No, I'm not.
We said China.
Okay.
She switched to Asia.
Okay.
Jordyn.
Well, I didn't know. Oh my goodness.
Asia include a lot of other spaces. Israel, I think, might even be included in Asia. Nah, I don't think it is. It might be. What percentage of Chinese people speak English? Fluent English?
Well, it says less than 1% to around 10%. So there's still a percent.
Less than.
I said it's very low.
Okay, whatever.
That's why she tried to cheat me.
No, I did
by
not.
adding-
No, I did not.
Yeah.
No, I
She-
did not.
She thought that I wasn't sharp enough to catch that.
No, I did not.
Because Taiwan
No.
do a lot of business with the United States, so a lot of them know English, and they don't want to be part of China. So of course, so you're gonna have countries like that that's a part of Asia that's not China. You know who over there right now? Alicia.
Yeah, she's in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And all the pictures she put on Instagrams, guess what I ain't see? No English nowhere.
What?
You know, the signs and stuff.
Oh.
The stuff, you know, on the walls and all of this. It's nothing in English.
How is she maneuvering? Maybe she has a guide.
You know, people have a way of communicating even if they don't know each other's language, especially now, because so much stuff is global now compared to 40 years ago. A Chinese person can hear some American music,
Oh yeah.
or American people. Y'all talk about that one music, right? What's this music? Y'all is popular now.
What?
This genre of music.
K-pop?
Yeah.
Oh.
Korean.
Like
Right.
Korean pop or something?
Yeah. So you can hear that stuff. So it's probably, I don't know this for sure, but it's probably seemed like it's a little bit easier to communicate with people, even if you don't necessarily speak that language, enough to get by. Like if you go to a restaurant that nobody in the restaurant speak English, and you want a burger, you gonna be able to communicate to them that you want a burger, right?
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, you gonna be able to communicate to them that you want water. Yeah, some
A
word
universal
for
language.
some word for water, they're gonna understand. You're gonna be able to get on the same page at some point. But I don't know how she's getting around. I guess we'll have to ask her when she get back.
I'm so curious.
I
hope
think
she
she's
got
coming
fine.
back tonight or tomorrow. I think
Do
today.
you know
is
how
her
long the
last day.
flight is?
It's longer than yours was.
Ooh.
It's a lot longer than yours was. Because, like, if you look at a globe, where she's at is, like, literally on the other side of the world. Like, it was, like, a fourth of the way, and she's, like 180 degrees on the other side. So, where she's at right now, if you look it up, I don't know, you can look it up, it's probably, like, 8 o'clock in the morning where she at.
Yeah. Ooh. That's so crazy. Yeah. My teacher said when he was going to Africa, he had to take 3 plane rides to get there.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine.
What time is it?
9:10 a.m.
Yeah. So 13 hours ahead of
That's
us.
so crazy.
So
Oh yeah.
totally other side of the world. So that trip was probably twice as long as yours. I'm guessing.
I'm trying to. Oh
I'm guessing it probably was
wow.
twice as long. Cause how can you look up how many miles away it is? It's probably like 7,000 miles away.
Joy, that's not. Joy, just type, bro. You have one job.
What's so funny?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You know the trend. No, why are you
Oh my
laughing?
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Laughing like 3 times. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Within the course of a minute. Okay, tell, please.
It's 6,500 miles.
Oh, I was right on.
It
What
takes
is-
19 to 26 hours depending on layovers.
Whew.
But that's depending on layovers, though. That's
What is a
depending on-
layover?
Where you have to like wait for. Oh, look at me! I'm a pro now. You have to. Okay, so you get to say you get to New Jersey, you have to like wait a certain amount of time until you can get on
Oh.
the plane. Because you have to wait for like the plane to come back. 19.
No, it's not to wait for another plane to come back.
Oh well. I don't
It's
know.
to get on a whole different plane.
A whole different plane. So why is it? Why?
Because every plane, so like if you can imagine, take your mother car, for example. The amount of gas her car can hold is less than the amount of gas my truck can hold. So your mother car probably hold like 15 gallons of gas. My truck hold 25 gallons of gas. So when you're going on a far trip like that, that plane has to be able to hold enough gas to go 6,000 miles. A small plane don't hold that. It don't have a capacity for that much gas. You get what I'm saying? So you need a plane big enough. Now, with that being said, you also would not want to use such a big plane to go on small, short trips. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it wouldn't make sense to use, let's say, Joy school bus. If I just need to go around the corner to get some chips from the gas station, it wouldn't make sense to drive Joy school bus to the gas station to get some chips, right? It would make more sense to drive the small car. So you use the smaller planes for the short trips here and there, and then use the big plane for the big far trips. And so the other factor is every airport is not an international airport. Every city don't need to have an airport that can leave out the country. So strategically, throughout the country, there's international airports. But here in Cleveland, we do not have an international airport, which is why you had to go to New Jersey, which is an international airport, and then switch to a bigger airplane to then go. So you got other people from other cities in this region. So let's say here or Pittsburgh or Youngstown or Buffalo that do not have an international airport. For them, when they want to go out of the country, they're going to go to New Jersey or Detroit or Chicago to get to an international airport to then leave the country. Cleveland used to have an international airport. I think we stopped being international maybe about 15 years ago. I think something like that. So that's the purpose of it. And it might be some other purposes too, but those probably the main ones. All right, Joy, how was your week?